Imagine vanishing in the heart of a college campus. You're surrounded by friends, there are cameras everywhere, and you feel safe. But that's exactly what happened to Lauren Spierer. One night out turned into a mystery that has lasted for more than a decade. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a story that will truly keep you up at night, the chilling disappearance of Lauren Spierer. She was a bright, ambitious 20-year-old journalism student at Indiana University, Bloomington. On June 3, 2011, in what should have been the safe, familiar town of Bloomington, Indiana, Lauren went out for a night with friends. By the time the sun came up, she had disappeared without a trace. We're going to reconstruct that fateful night, minute by minute, and explore the theories that continue to haunt her family and investigators to this day. Let's set the scene. Lauren was from Scarsdale, New York, a small-town girl with big dreams. She was known for her independence and an infectious smile that could light up a room. But there was a vulnerability to her. Lauren was petite, standing just 4'11", and she had recovered from a serious heart condition as a child. This meant things like alcohol could affect her much more severely. The night of June 2nd, 2011, started like any other college evening. Lauren and her friends hit up Kilroy's sports bar. The music was loud, the drinks were flowing, and everyone was having a good time. But witnesses say Lauren was drinking heavily that night, multiple rounds of drinks, leaving her visibly staggering. At one point, she had even lost her phone. It was clear she was becoming dangerously intoxicated. Around midnight, things started to take a turn. According to reports, Lauren fell and hit her head hard. There had also been a heated argument with her boyfriend earlier that evening. But despite the warning signs, she continued the night. After leaving the bar, she made her way through a nearby apartment complex, stopping at several different places. First, she went to the apartment of a student named Corey Rossman. Then she visited Jay Rosenbaum's apartment. And finally, she ended up at Michael Beth's place. By 2:30 in the morning, surveillance cameras captured a deeply unsettling image. It was Lauren walking barefoot through the complex. Where were her shoes? Where was her phone? She looked confused, unsteady, and incredibly vulnerable. She was barely able to keep her balance as she stumbled through the empty hallways. Now, this is where the story gets really disturbing. According to the last people known to have seen her, those guys from the apartments, they claimed to have walked her toward her home. They said she stayed briefly overnight, but then decided to leave on her own around 4:30 in the morning. But here's the problem. That apartment complex was covered in security cameras, and not a single frame of footage shows Lauren actually leaving the building. How does a young woman just evaporate? Phone records from that night show suspicious gaps. There were deleted calls and major inconsistencies in the timelines provided by the witnesses. Texts that just didn't add up. And what about those men? Almost immediately, they hired lawyers. They refused to take polygraph tests. Was this just smart legal advice, or were they hiding something far more sinister? The police response was immediate and massive. They conducted extensive interviews with everyone Lauren had been with. They searched properties, excavated landfills, and used cadaver dogs to scan nearby rivers and lakes. They even drained bodies of water, desperate to find any clue. They followed up on hundreds of tips from the public, but it all led to nothing. There was no body, no ransom note, no physical evidence. There wasn't even a crime scene, no blood, no signs of a struggle. All the key witnesses were heavily intoxicated that night, their memories foggy and unreliable. Without forensic proof or a body, prosecutors couldn't charge anyone. It's like Lauren Spierer simply stepped into thin air. Now, let's talk about the theories, because this case is absolutely riddled with them. The first, and perhaps most plausible theory, is a tragic overdose. We know Lauren was medically fragile, and the amount of alcohol she consumed could have had fatal consequences. Maybe a group of frightened college kids panicked. In a haze of intoxication and fear, they made a terrible decision to cover it up instead of calling for help. Psychology tells us that under immense pressure and the influence of alcohol, people make rash, unthinkable decisions. They might have thought they were protecting themselves, but in doing so, they sealed a family's fate. Or was it something more sinister? Was she abducted? College campuses are not the safe havens we like to imagine. Statistics show that abductions are more common than we think, especially near bars and late at night. Lauren was alone, barefoot, and visibly impaired in the early hours of the morning. She was the perfect target for a predator who might have been watching, waiting for an opportunity. Someone could have easily lured her into a car or overpowered her in her vulnerable state. Then there's the possibility of a tragic accident. Could she have wandered off in her confused state and fallen into a construction site, a well, or some hidden, remote spot? Bloomington has wooded areas and quarries nearby. It's possible she succumbed to the elements or an injury, hidden from sight. But after more than a decade of relentless searching billboards, massive reward money, and private investigators funded by her devastated parents, it seems unlikely that her body would not have been found. The pain her family has endured is unimaginable. Her parents, Robert and Charlene, temporarily relocated to Indiana, refusing to give up hope. Her mother has said she still sets a place for Lauren at the dinner table, clinging to the belief that someone, somewhere, knows the truth and will one day come forward. Imagine that empty chair at every holiday, every birthday, a constant, painful reminder of their loss. Lauren Spierer didn't disappear in a dark alley or a remote forest. She vanished in the middle of a bustling college town, surrounded by people who should have protected her. The people she was with that night held a responsibility to make sure she got home safely, and they failed. More than a decade later, the questions still linger unanswered. If you were the last person to see your friend alive, could you live with the silence? Could you watch a family suffer year after year, knowing you might hold the key to their peace? Somewhere out there, someone is carrying the weight of this truth. If this story has impacted you, please hit that like button and let me know in the comments. What do you think happened to Lauren Spierer? The more people who know Lauren's story, the greater the chance that one day the truth will come out.